about him beating his wives that were under the age of, I don't know, 12,
9.
15. Yeah. They were all younger ages and had quite the time beating them. It was an interesting life that Muhammad lived.
But outside of that circle, you have conservative Muslims who can honestly look at ISIS and say that does not represent us. We're horrified by that.
Yeah,
but they hold views about human rights, about women, about homosexuals that are deeply troubling. So
there's no
these
liberal
are not Islamists, they're not jihadists.
Of these like Islamists. There's no liberal part of them. They're not up to anything. They're not going to. They're not going to be.
What do you know? What do you know about the Middle East in the 70s, in the 60s?
The 70s, Sadat is one of the things that happened, and they killed him, the Egyptian. That was one of the things that happened in the 70s.
What do you know? What do you know about
68 war, the 68-69 war? I think I did follow a lot of this stuff that happened in like 67.
They had different clothing that they actually wore at the time. Do you know anything about the swimming suits and stuff that they wore in the Middle East that eventually got taken away by new leadership?
I believe it was much less than what is now with their like extremism. It's actually because I think in like the late 60s, they were actually pretty liberal with like the way like they dressed, like with swimsuits and everything in the Middle East. And then
did you say Iran, Solo?
Yep. Iran was becoming like westernized.
Yep, you're 100% right. That was exactly
until
what
79.
They were wearing swimsuits and exposing their bodies.
I would wear that too. Yeah.
But I do think there's a liberal aspect to the people that are in the Middle East, and I do think there's different fractions. I just don't know if they're as large as they used to be back then when they were a lot more liberal.
They're not anymore. They're crushed.
They've been suppressed and crushed. And some people say some people say because of Western influence.
No, it's not because of Western influence. It's because of Islam.
Well, no. Well, I think it's any religious conservative. That's what it is. It's religious conservatism.
And there's mad.
No matter if you're describing it like a Christian saying that gay marriage is bad, or whether you're describing it as a Muslim saying gay marriage is bad, it's still religious conservatism. It doesn't have to be specifically to Muslim. You know what I mean?
True. Yes.
Yeah, I just think it's that. I feel like I try not to make blanket statements on a religion because I feel like every religion's fucked up in history. There's not a single religion I can point to that didn't make huge mistakes.
Yes. I completely agree.
Yeah,
yes.
And I think religion can teach good morals to some people, but then just like any ideology, people can run with it the wrong way, no matter what it is.
Yes, completely.
Also keep women and homosexuals immiserated in these cultures, and we have to empower the true reformers in the Muslim world to change it. And lying about the link between doctrine and behavior is not going to do that.
But the Great Divide... The Great Divide is not between Islam and the rest. It's rather between the fundamentalists and the moderates in each faith.
Okay, but we're misled to think that the fundamentalists are the fringe. Okay, we have jihadists, Islamists, and conservatives.
Well, and by the way,
it depends hundreds of millions of people fit that description.
You're saying that
Jacob, do you think that they portray... They portray like conservatives as like the normal Middle Eastern, like they try to put like Republicans in the same context as like these like Islamists, right?
I think of conservatives.
That's why they say conservatives.
I think of conservatives as hardcore doctrines.
Yeah, see, that's the crazy thing because as humans, we're liberals and moderates. Nothing wrong with it being liberal or conservative.
A conservative.
Liberal. If you put a liberal and conservative together, you get a moderate.
Well,
see,
I asked this conservatives all the time is what have conservatives conserved? What have what ideology have they conserved as conservatives?
Well, again, what is liberal?
They break down the definitions to where it's all mixed up. They put half the stuff on both sides so where it's all completely screwed up.
Well, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be mixed up. A conservative should be conserving their doctrine. The doctrine of Christians is the Bible. That's what they should be trying to conserve. They should be trying to conserve the ideology of the Bible, the sanctity of marriage, that a man and woman should be together, less government. Like there's certain things.
This is what I say. Is we should all be both conservative and liberal.
But
some things should stay the same, and some things should change. That's why everybody should be conservative and liberal.
I think a constitutional conservative is different than a religious conservative. It depends on what they're trying to conserve. That's where the key pointing is. Like a conservative, Jacob, the question is, what are they trying to conserve? Are they trying to conserve American ideology, or what are they trying to conserve when you say conservative? That's why if you specify what a religious conservative is, you know what religion they're reaching for. So when you say just a vague term like conservative, what are they trying to conserve?
Okay, well, I'm not a religious person myself, my friend. So about to say this, like, I think as a people to move forward, maybe some things should stay the same and some things should move forward. So that's how I say it. I see it.
So as a conservative in America, what ideologies are they trying to conserve as a nation?
No. So here's the thing. I think that we should both be conservative. Both conservative and liberal, they're not bad terms. There's nothing wrong with being conservative or being liberal. So I think we should try to go for both. Some things should stay the same.
They are bad.
Some things should stay the same.
But you have to define what they're trying to conserve, is what I mean.
Oh, no. Some things should stay the same and some things should change.
Say somebody's a Scientology conservative. They're just trying to conserve a Scientology ideology.
That's too broad.
No, I'm just saying that's a religious conservative, because Scientology is a religion and they're considered a religious conservative.
Well, they can think that way. They're allowed to think that way, my friend.
Exactly.
Yes, sure.
So what I'm saying is, with conservative, you have to define what they're trying to conserve. Whether it's American ideology, whether it's a constitution is what they're trying to conserve. What is their aim?
They're trying to conserve. No, they're trying to conserve everything, right? And the liberals are trying to change everything, right? So what's the middle? It's trying to.
I think a libertarian ideology is laid out, though. A libertarian ideology.
The libertarians is some things can stay the same and some things can change. Some things we can learn from, and some things we can change.
The conservative plot.
That's why I don't think I differ with you and Jacob. Jacob, I don't think I disagree with you on that. I think that some things we can keep and some things we can change. That's what I think a libertarian ideology is, right? Some things we can keep and some things we can change. So the guest was saying the guest was saying something else. So let's hear what the guest says. Sure,
yeah,
certainly. Go ahead.
It's two wings of the same ugly bird, dude. It's not. They're not trying. If you buy into one another, you're brainwashed, dude. They're both the same. You're the one being fooled, thinking they're any fucking different. They're both. They do one side 4 years later than another. They're advancing towards the same goal. Anyone that thinks any different is too small-minded and too brainwashed to see the big picture, to see what's really going on. They're two wings of the same ugly fucking bird.
I believe that in a two-party system, Solo. And I understand that the United States has a two-party system but I don't believe that everybody that is in the United States follows either Democratic or Republican. I think they fall in between, and that's why we're distinguishing the difference between conservatism and libertarianism and different things, because I think everybody falls on a different spectrum. I don't think everybody's just Democrat or Republican.
Yeah, as individuals, everyone can potentially be different, but the scary part is they're not. So many people follow suit and follow their brainwashing and this dualism bullshit that doesn't even exist.
If that was the case, everybody in the country would vote down party lines every time on every candidate. I know a lot of people do, and you're right about that. But I don't think everybody does.
No, of course everyone doesn't. You know, it's great.
Yes.
I fucking praise God. I praise fucking whoever. A lot of people do. Or don't.
So,
and
so Solo, are you getting people to vote a different way? No, that's here's like the big point.
On a base level, let's think about it like this. Before we get into that, how many, like, what percentage of the population of the United States do we think actually votes?
Last time I voted was in 2012 for Ron Paul, and I fucking.
So you haven't voted in at least what, 13 years?
Yep.
No, but you're saying like it's like useless, but what are you promoting, my friend? Like maybe you have something.
I'm asking in general. What do you guys both?
No. I think maybe this guy's promoting something that.
No, I don't think he's promoting. I don't think he's promoting anything. I don't think he believes in either party. And I think he doesn't believe in the two-party system.
No. The Ron Paul thing was a good thing. That's why I'm asking that. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're wasting your vote with Ron Paul?
At the time, I didn't, but in hindsight, I know that I did because I saw.
Is that why?
You voted after him?
I almost got kicked off of YouTube for saying what I saw with my own fucking eyes. What happened then? It was.
Did you vote after him?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Have you voted for anybody after Ron Paul, my friend?
No, I haven't.
Okay, good for you, my friend. No, you're good. Okay, no, so Jacob, see, this Jacob, this is
Solo. Are you voting on the local election or just the federal?
My local shit's just as even more fucking crazy than that.
But you know your vote counts for more in your local than it does in your federal, right?
I don't know, dude. I call, if you see my channel, I come red light from buttfuck Egypt for a reason.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying your population difference. The population of corruption. The population of versus hold on. The population versus you versus the whole United States, or the population of you versus your state. What's the difference?
That's mathematics, not considering corruption and wickedness.
No, I'm not saying there can be corruption on both levels, but your power is different.
Okay.
Yes.
Your voice is different.
In absence of corruption and evil motherfuckers, yes. But considering the fact
even with the presence of corruption, your voice is bigger on a local level than it would be on a federal level. That's why I always tell people, don't worry.
No, he makes a good point because, dude, you can really make a difference, my friend. You can really make a difference. That is what he's saying. You really can do it, man. You really can make a difference.
But most of the time, I agree with you. On the federal level, like I would tell you, as a Republican in the state of Illinois, this is why I always give the example of Illinois, is because as a Republican in Illinois, because I would probably vote Republican more than I would vote Democrat, my vote doesn't count. That's why I always tell people, vote on a local level. It means a lot, depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
Like, it means so much. even on a local level, it's way more significant than a federal level, because on a federal level, my vote doesn't count at all.
Yeah, dude, your point. You can make that point. You can make that point, my friend. You can do it.
If you're saying they actually count the votes for what they are, but who says that they
No,
do?
no,
No,
dude.
and I don't
You
think
have
it,
the right
and I don't think
attitude.
they
You have the
always
right
do.
attitude. No,
And I don't think
you
they
have the right
always
attitude.
do. I don't think they always count it for what it is. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's accounted for what it should be worth. Like I do
Yes.
think our votes are diminished by a significant amount. But the question is it worth just saying fuck it? I'm not going to participate in the system, or is it better to just say, all right, well, I'm just going to let everybody decide it without me, and I'm just going to pretend I have no involvement.
Oh, it's up to the individual. There's a lot of people that want you to feel that way, that your vote doesn't count or you're insignificant.
No, but dude, you don't have to be that. You can be the man. You can be the man.
Did you see what Bossman said? Solo?
You can be that man.
Bossman says, Bossman hates when people say you wasted your vote. We aren't at a horse track trying to pick a winner. You should always vote your conscience.
I vote my conscience in different ways. I've seen how my vote doesn't count. I know how corrupt certain areas are. I know how
Okay,
wicked,
then don't do. Well, okay, you can
evil.
you can choose to
are.
not do anything, right?
And I vote with the way I speak. I vote with other things that I do.
You can choose to not do anything, right?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. You vote with your actions. Don't get me wrong, but you're not participating in, like you said, a local or federal election.
Yeah, and you can choose to not to. Yeah, just
because I learned.
Yeah.
I learned in 2012 that my vote meant absolutely nothing because
okay, it means nothing. So then you can just give up.
The same thing. The evidence was repeated throughout the country, especially across the South. Ron Paul probably would have won if the electoral college was not completely, totally fucking corrupt.
Ron Paul would have won if he wasn't such a fucking spacehead. To be fair, he was at the time he was the only one supporting weed the way he did, and it actually wasn't like a platform to run on. That was the thing. Like, what was his biggest appearance at the time? He went on. No, did you hear him on Joe Rogan? The one time he went on there.
I don't recall.
That was his biggest. That was the biggest interview he did of the time. It was when he went on Joe Rogan when he was running for president, and Joe Rogan endorsed him. The next president that Joe Rogan endorsed ended up being the president. You know what I mean?
So Joe Rogan endorsed Ron Paul.
Yeah, and he voted for him the same year you did.
Yeah, I don't remember that. That's interesting. I have to go back and check it out.
Oh yeah, check it out. Ron Paul was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he said that was the only person he endorsed. And then he liked Bernie Sanders, had Bernie Sanders on, but he didn't fully endorse him. And then he had Trump on and decided he was going to endorse him after Kamala Harris said she wouldn't make an appearance without certain stipulations. Because I think eventually we should get off of the ABC, NBC political debate bullshit that we do. I think it should go to a podcast or something like that where you can have a full format conversation with somebody. You can actually hear out their ideas without them, having issues talking or commentators interrupting too much. I think people should just get their full ideas. And in a long format interview, you can't really fake it that long. You talk to somebody for 3 to 4 hours, you're eventually going to figure out what they're about and if they're lying to you or not.
Yep, you the man, Jacob. And when Sofo mentioned Ron Paul, I was thinking the same thing. Like, yeah, we're on the same level here, Ron Paul. He was like an inspiration to all of us.
Like Ron Paul's
I think all of us, big inspiration to all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Paul's a cool guy. I just never thought he had a chance to win. He was the what's his name?
He did not. Yeah. But he made us think differently when there was like two parties, and he made us think differently at the time.
The first,
You know.
the first two people that I saw that could break up the two-party system were Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. Those are the first two people.
The reason Ron Paul didn't have a chance to win is due to the corruption within the Electoral College.
No. Because I do think I think it showed us. I think it showed us that people like Bernie Sanders or Donald Trump could break up the two-party system if they wanted to. What was cool about them is they could go solo. The reason that I ended up not voting for Bernie Sanders was because he yielded to Hillary Clinton in the debates. He decided he was going to drop out of the race because the Democratic Party decided that she should be the front runner, and they started staging riots at his events.
Ron Paul revolution, by the way. Let's go back 20 years.
Ross Perot didn't stand a chance, but he was a third.
You're talking about 96.
But he was a good third party candidate, and he was one of the first third party candidates to make it. Or
92, actually.
Yeah, that was with Clinton, right?
92.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, let's see. It was 88.
96?
Yeah, 92. Yeah, no, it was 92 when it was.
But yeah, Ross Perot, when he ran, I think he was the closest one at the time. But if you think about somebody that had enough votes to win, all Ross Perot did was steal votes from another party. That's what third party has always done for the longest time. Is steal votes from somebody. Instead, Bernie Sanders actually had the balls to actually beat somebody like Hillary Clinton, and then the Democratic Party fucked him over. And Donald Trump was the first example of, as a Republican in this last election, he could have ran as an independent and still won. It didn't really matter what the Republicans did. That's why they had their own things, and he didn't even have to show up to the event. Like, all the Republicans
that is actually true.
Without him.
All right.
It's crazy. I think it's crazy how much it adds up over time, and how much we see the political system change. I do think it would be better for us to get to more of a parliamentary system where the reason I like the parliamentary system more is because I don't like the way that we hire our vice presidents now. Our vice presidents aren't necessarily the next runner I think should be for president. If it's like a 50-47 split, I would rather have the president that was about to get elected be the president. Like if Joe Biden went under and he shouldn't have even been president in the first place, I didn't want Kamala Harris to be the president. I didn't think people should
there's nothing we could do about that.
No, I know. It has to do with the system. The system that we had in place before was presidents used to pick somebody that disagreed with them to be their vice president because
that was like at the very early first, second president we had.
Yeah. It used to help them make decisions because they'd have an alternative ideology right next to them where they could go, oh, okay, what do you think about this? And they were actually working together. That was a two-party system working properly. Instead, we try to get two people in there that agree, and so when you lose one, you get one worse. Like, could you imagine if Trump got assassinated in his first presidency and we ended up with Mike Pence as our fucking president? That would have been fucking
Pence. Well, I like Vance, but fuck Pence.
Yeah, Pence would have been a fucking wild one. He's way too much of a religious conservative for me.
There was that other dude too. Before, Pence was fucked, but there was the other crazy motherfucker that was. I forget who he was.
Who are you talking about?
One of those Republican dudes. He got
who was
kicked
the
out.
President?
He was.
I'm
he
saying
was
who was the president?
No, he was one of those people like Mike Pence that was up in there.
I was talking about presidents and vice presidents. Before that, people running against other opponents. We're talking about like Al Gore. And he ran against George Bush. And technically, I would say Al Gore won against George Bush with the swing vote or the hanging chads or whatever they fucking called it from Florida. once they actually got the recount, it turns out Al Gore actually won that.
Yeah, but again, we're a representative system, so he didn't win.
No, it's just because he yielded.
No, he never won. He never won.
No. He won once they got the final tally in the swing state. The swing state was what made the difference in that election. It was Florida, and the Florida.
Yeah, and, either way, Bush won Florida,
and that's because Al Gore yielded.
Yeah, if he yielded it at one time or the other, he still would have lost.
No, if he would have held out and waited for the recount, he would have won.
They checked out the votes after it, and he still would have lost it.
Saying presidents didn't do no. After they recounted the votes, he won. Look it up.
Okay.
Al Gore won. Al
no,
Gore
I
won
did.
The vote.
I have looked it. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't win.
I'm going to look this up now. I'm going to prove it. Did Al Gore?
He won the popular vote for sure, but he didn't win any.
I think it was the dude that was gonna be in Pence's spot, but he was so fucked up. Then Pence came in. That's what I'm talking about. I think.
No, Al Gore had nothing to do with like Pence's spot.
I'm not talking about Al Gore. I'm talking about the crazy Republican dude from Alabama or some shit.
Okay, so who was going to be the vice besides Vance?
Yeah.
Who do you think was going to be the guy who wasn't Vance?
Crazy,
who was the guy?
Crazy fucking white. He was an insane fucking white dude from Alabama or some shit. And my point was like y'all were saying like a crazy motherfucker could get in there because of that, and he that was him, dude.
Yeah, no. So it was Vance, and he's going to be our president in 4 years, and for the next 8 years after that, right? Yeah, Vance is going to be the president in 4 years for like 8 years, right? I mean, I'm just like asking. I'm just like seeing what's going to happen, right? It's going to be like Vance, right?
I don't know, dude. I'm not sure. It could be. I don't know, dude. That's an interesting prediction.
Well, better than Walls. You remember, like, did anybody think? Okay, Solo, like, you're on the left side, right? Like, they tried to like portray. No, they tried to portray Walls as like a tough guy. Coach, like coach hunter guy. They try to portray him as like a tough guy, like man, and then like
So let me break down what you what we were just talking about with Al Gore. So this is an AI overview, but
okay,
it'll give us a pretty good
aspect
of it. So I had to ask.
Go on, Jake.
I had to ask two different things. First, I had to ask, did Al Gore win the
popular vote? And he did. Yes.
Did Al Gore win Florida? And here's the breakdown of it. The initial results after the initial count
was no.
Subsequent machine recounts, George W. Bush led Al Gore by a very narrow margin in Florida, ultimately certifying at 537 votes. A recount and legal challenges. The closeness of the result triggered automatic, then manual recounts in Florida counties. Bush versus Gore legal challenges included a case that reached the U.S. Supreme Court, ultimately stopping the recount process. So as soon as the case went to the Supreme Court, they were no longer counting the votes in Florida. The reason that President Bush won Florida was because they stopped the recount and because the Supreme Court decided on it. That was the only reason.
In the Miami-Dade counties, yes.
So Al Gore also won the popular vote, but because they stopped counting because of the Supreme Court, that's why George Bush won Florida. So
they stopped counting
if they would have kept counting, we would have had an accurate result. We don't have an accurate result because they stopped counting because of the Supreme Court case.
Okay.
So it's actually undecided. what would have happened because they never actually concluded, but it was decided by the Supreme Court.
Yes, that's how you would look upon that.
But yeah, no, I didn't know it was breaking down so specifically. It was down to Florida, which I knew. But yeah, at the time, Florida was a swing state. That's what shows you the evolution of our election. Florida's not even a swing state anymore.
In the end. No, what happened was like right before, after he had won the vote, they sent like Jesse Jackson and other activists down to Florida to like debate the vote, and then they started doing hanging chads and all this other shit. And then,
first they did an electronic recount. Then they did
But in the very end, in the very end, like journalists went through every single vote and they checked every hanging chad or some shit, and in the end, like Bush won. But in the end, like the journalists, they checked every vote in like Florida or whatever.
But what I'm saying is they couldn't. They didn't, because the Supreme Court case stopped the recount of the vote.
Right? Yeah. That's what had happened at the time.
So the journalists can't report on what wasn't reported. Is what I'm saying. They didn't have inside information on the counting of the votes that were stopped. But yeah, this has happened all throughout history, is what I'm saying. We've always had fishy elections. I'm kind of glad Al Gore didn't win. Al Gore's the same person that said that Florida is supposed to be underwater and that California was supposed to detach from the United States by now. Like, he is global warming number one. Al Gore is an interesting cat. I'm kind of glad. Who was the other guy that looked like an alien? Can't remember his name.
Kerry?
He ran against Obama. What was
John
it?
Kerry?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was the second guy that voted that went against Bush.
Well, the person I was talking about was
against Bush. Jeff Sessions. Yeah, Jeff Sessions is an interesting one. No, I was talking about a different person. I was talking about other people that were like running against other presidents that might have had a chance to win. I didn't know about another vice president that was swapped out.
Yeah, he was attorney general, but I was just thinking I forget what happened, but it reminded me of what happened the way that Jeff Sessions shit went down. He was like big, and then he got defeated because he was so fucking.
No, but dude, you're a very smart guy, but don't try to look back. You can look back upon these things and stuff. You know, like you don't know what happened. I know what happened. I was around. You're a very smart guy. You have a very bright future in front of you, Jacob Waters. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I have no problem looking at that.
These past things, these past things, it's just reminiscing. You don't know. I think you're a great debate. I think you are a good candidate for anything. So I think do what you're doing, my friend.
I think the worst argument to make against somebody is, I'm older than you. And I know more about it because I was alive during that point. I was alive during all these.
I would never. I did not say that. I did not say that.
I was alive during George Bush being elected. I was alive during Al Gore in the hanging chads. I was alive during 9/11. I knew what happened during those events.
And I never went out of hand to say that. You know.
No. I know what you were saying.
No,
I caught it.
Everybody, even me going against you, you've caught me, you've took me out. You beat me.
I'm not trying to beat anybody.
He's smoking it up, smoking it out.
Yep. Doesn't have to try to do it. You're very good at it.
No, I like a good debate because most people don't actually understand my side. Most people like Solo thinks I'm probably right wing. He probably thought I was a Republican.
I think you're a fucking libtard. What are you talking about? You're not right wing. I think you're a fucking libtard, dude.
What do you think I'm a libtard about?
I'm just joking, dude.
No, I know. What do you think I'm a libtard about?
I'm just messing
Can you name anything I'm liberal about?
I'm just messing with you, dude.
I know. When are we gonna break into fucking Burning Man? Make this happen this year? Is this the year?
We got 3 more months left to figure it out, dude.
Do I know, man? July, right?
I know. They're saying Mount St. Helens might blow and the San Andreas Fault might crack open. I don't know if it's the right year or not.
I don't give a fuck. That's the year to be there then.
Yeah, that's the one. Huh?
If we're gonna be there, it's gonna be the year of chaos. We've had this ongoing thing, Scotty. Me and Solo are gonna break into Burning Man, and we're gonna go meet there.
And just chill out.
Oh yeah, we're gonna break in. I'm gonna tell them. I don't remember what our plan was, but it's gonna be something where I run in front of him and I'm gonna say he tried to steal my ticket or something.
Awesome. Bring Noelle and.
Yeah.
Noelle.
Noelle, you gonna come to Burning Man with us?
For the record, I am spoken for. I have a woman and all this other stuff, but if Noelle was going to do it, I'd be down.
Congratulations!
Let's do it. We got the quadrant. Let's run up on Burning Man.
Hell yeah! No, not for you.
You ever go to any festivals, Scotty?
I used to rave back in the day. Like I took some MDMA, just like chill out and all this other stuff.
All right. Likes to roll. What kind of music did you listen to when you were?
I was into punk and shit. I really liked punk. All of y'all like punk or anything?
I like punk music. Depends on what. Like, what kind of punk music do you listen to?
Well, tell me. I'll tell you.
I mean, I listen to a little bit of everything. I grew up. I grew up in the early '90s, so I listened to a lot of punk stuff. But
No Effects,
Boss Man. Yeah, I listen to No Effects. Boss Man's kind of our go-to punk guy when it comes.
Never heard of Boss Man. Boss
Man was in here earlier, and he's just one of our guests, and he's convinced that the Ramones are the king of punk.
Oh.
He's like old school punk.
I really got into, and they, I liked Epitaph Records when I was a kid, but I was just like to like a Bad Religion recently, and then I was like hearing one of the songs that was like awesome. It was I was listening to like this one Bad Religion song, Fat Records, No Effects, all that other stuff, yeah.
Like my go-to favorite band that not a lot of people listen to is from Finland. Him is probably my favorite band.
Never heard of them.
You ever heard of them? Yeah, they're. I don't know if you've ever seen the heartogram. It's a heart with a triangle in it. Bam Margera used to put it on all of his merchandise and stuff like that, but it was basically for a band from Finland. They're a rock band, and
nice.
That's I got a tattoo of theirs when I was like 17, 18. The day I was old enough to get one, and it's been my favorite band forever. But I listen to everything: rap, rock, punk, anything, classical. Can't go wrong. I'm a big music buff.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I like Green Day. I like
Blink-182. Green Day.
Can't go wrong with Green Day.
Yeah, as a kid, that was what I'd listen.
I mean, I don't like their political ideology, but I do like their music.
I agree. Agree as well. My mom. No, again, my mom is a Puritan.
Go to punk music, old school. I'm going Dead Kennedys all day, probably.
Kill the poor. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Little police truck, can't go wrong.
Stealing people's mail. No, stealing people's mail. You know. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
That one album. That one album is the best, right? It's just one album. You know, it is the one with like a Holiday in Cambodia.
Holiday in Cambodia. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that one album. It had every one of their like stealing people's mail is one of them. Yeah, there was like a lot of like songs from that.
Well, so what do you guys think? Should we wrap it up pretty soon? About at the 5-hour mark. Or do you guys got more to talk about tonight?
12 here. I mean,
it's almost 1 a.m. here.
Unless we're gonna talk about physical fitness to sneak into Burning Man, because it's a long walk.
Have you been working on your physical fitness, Solo? You don't seem like the most physically fit man.
Yeah,
I'm out of shape in a bad way, my man. I gotta get my ass in gear.
So Scottie, I gotta ask, what are we at? Are we on some creatine over there? What do we got going on?
Oh,
I see that. Wait. No. Now I see it behind you. Now I see the protein. Jar up there. What else you got up there? What are you taking?
Oh, okay. So, truthfully, supplements don't do much, right? So, like, my whole thought is like, take a bunch of them, and maybe they'll do a little bit, right? You know, I'll help you out a little bit.
So what do you take creatine?
Oh yeah. No. I've taken like 20 other things besides creatine and not creatine.
So the reason I would tell you to take creatine is because it's actually good for your brain and your mental acuity. It actually will recover anything that you actually lose in lost sleep. So creatine is actually really good for you. Creatine monohydrate. I would tell people to get that whenever they can. It's actually good for your brain.
That's probably a good idea, sir, because normally just like working out like every day and then just like trying to rest, like give like 8 hours of sleep, just like rest.
Yeah.
Like take like a whey shake before going to sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like work out and then like take a whey shake and then just go to sleep and stuff. So yeah. Right?
Nice. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't do any protein because I do a ketogenic diet. My main food groups are healthy fats and protein. Those are my two main food groups. And I don't have any carbs or sugar. I think I have less than 4 carbs a day or something like that. The only carbs that I have
here.
are from
Same here, man.
Are less than they're for fiber carbs. That's about it. I'm a little OCD.
It's all protein, right?
Keto. Yeah. Well, no. Fat's my main food group.
Oh.
Because so if you have too much protein, what happens is protein gets broken down into sucralose the same way as sugar does into your body. So any over protein that you're not working off gets turned into sugar, and it's burned up the same way inside of your body. So what you want to do is you want to replace that with fat. If you can have healthy fats, it's like burning kerosene compared to like jet fuel. One's a longer, slower burn that is more conserved, and then jet fuel. It explains why you get hungry. Sugar is like jet fuel, and what happens is you have it, your body burns that first, and then all of a sudden you're hungry again, and you want more sugar, or you want more carbs, or you want more bread, because they all break down into the same sucralose inside of your body.
Well, yeah. Well, I haven't No, I haven't been burning that for the last like 3 months. Just protein.
But yeah, protein turns into that. It all turns into the same thing. That's what I'm saying. If you have an abundance, if you work out enough, you can burn off the protein. It would depend on how many, because everybody's body is different. It depends on how much protein you're taking in and how much you're working off every day. If you're working out every day,
Nice.
and burning off all of the protein that you're taking in, then you can still accomplish the same goal.
Yes, sir.
But I would tell you that creatine, when it comes to age, because myself, I understand this because I drink and I also work out. The hardest thing for me at my older age is to stay hydrated properly. The best way to stay hydrated properly is to get water to your muscles. The best way to get water to your muscles is actually to take creatine. The only time that you can find creatine naturally is in meats, usually in beef.
Oh yeah, that's what I eat every day. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
so I just started taking that as a supplement. It does nothing. Obviously.
Yeah. No. Creatine does a lot. It does. It helps your brain, and it's the only way. It's the only way that you can actually. It's the same way that amino acids actually help you grow your muscles. Without amino acids, you couldn't grow your muscles properly because they wouldn't heal properly. So
no, Jacob. I think that we're both on the same tip. It's just this. It's like there's like so many supplements you can take, right?
I don't take a lot of supplements.
Well, okay. Well, you can take them. They might be a little bit each, but maybe if you take a bunch of them, maybe they add up a little bit in the end. That's what I'm saying. Like they're all worthless. Like I see them as all worthless. But if you take like 20 of them, maybe they help you out a little bit. That's how I see it.
J-Wax, you're correct. Creatine is similar to eating a steak because you get some of the same benefits. You get amino acids from eating steak. You get creatine from eating steak. You get protein from eating steak. You get
I just started supplementing myself with creatine, and I didn't expect it to do anything, and it doesn't because I'm already eating a lot of meat every day.
How many milligrams of creatine are you taking?
I just started 5 milligrams, no mega dosage, you're supposed to have 25, but whatever.
I always tell people 20 is a safe one because that's so. And I wouldn't even look up. So I'm just talking to you about the muscle side. If you just look up the brain benefits, the benefits to your brain are far more significant than the benefits to your muscles.
I know, but
kind of similar to. Do you use any kind of nicotine?
No, I don't. No, I don't. And this is 5 months out of this year. For the last 4 months of this year, I've eaten for my dinner, I've eaten 2 hamburger patties with
nice.
Just with a bun and just eating it for dinner. And I've eaten the same thing every night for the last 5 months. And
you doing the keto buns?
Yeah, no, pretty much, I guess. And I've had a lot of supplements and stuff, but pretty much I've been eating a double hamburger for dinner every month, for every night for dinner. And I'm eating my supplements. I'm eating my breakfast. Yeah, nothing else. So a couple days ago, I started eating some creatine, 5 grams. That's nothing, of course, because I'm eating a lot. I'm getting enough protein, I think, normally, right?
But creatine and protein are different things. So
creatine is part of protein anyway.
No,
it's protein, an extra supplement. Creatine is a part of protein.
No. Protein is also in meat, but creatine monohydrate is what I'm referring to. It's a specific thing. Yeah, creatine monohydrate is found in beef, just like protein is. It's another thing. And like
No,
I said,
no, true.
creatine actually has benefits to your muscles as well as your brain. Like your brain
True.
is the most important effect of it. So the reason I compared it to nicotine is because nicotine has now been shown to stop different effects of Alzheimer's disease that people are getting in the elderly community. So if we have something that can actually combat mental illness or something like that in the future, it's a great thing.
No, it does nothing because I've been tracking my reps every week. I've been waking up early on, like lifting weights, shadow boxing, all this other stuff for the last like few weeks. Taking creatine did nothing to that.
Scotty,
It had no effect on that.
Scotty, you want me to get serious with you?
Yes.
How many beers are you having at night?
I have not had beers for like the last 2 months until tonight, and then tonight I've had like maybe 6 or 7.
And tonight's the only night you've drank in the last 6 or 7 months? Honestly. Come on.
Oh, the last
I'll be honest
2
with
months.
you. I'll be honest with you.
In the last 2 months, yes. Last 2 months I haven't drank any beer.
So I regularly drink. I'll have a couple of drinks tonight, maybe
Sure.
more than that. It just depends on the evening. But what I will say is, when I'm drinking and then also doing creatine, then there will be no benefits. But besides the mental will always be there. You will always be sharper mentally, and then you will always be able to relinquish any lost sleep that you had from the night prior. So that's the other benefit to it.
No, the whole reason why I haven't drank in 2 months is because my trainer is like a boxer that has fought like Valdez. He has fought like I think like Charlie Valdez. I forget what his name is, but he's like one of the best guys out there. Like Valdez. Like I have not drank in 2 months until tonight. I promise you, my friend Jacob. I'm not lying to you.
I would tell you.
And the thing is, like, I couldn't even. I would be a lot fatter than at the moment. Like, I couldn't have any like muscle at the moment if I did not do it. Like, I have not drank for 2 months.
No, you can have muscle and still drink every day.
Well, true, but I have not. I have not drank for 2 months until tonight.
I'm in insanely good shape, and I could be in better
than
shape.
me. Better than me. Yeah, better than me.
No,
I agree.
I don't agree. I don't think I'm in better shape than anybody else. I just know I'm in good shape. I could be in way better shape if I didn't drink as much. But what I would say is, from somebody that does drink, if I didn't drink for 2 months, I couldn't put down 6 beers and still have a conversation with people.
Well, I'm 43, so I'm like used to it, I guess.
Age doesn't make a difference with tolerance. If I was drinking every day, I could put down 6 beers. If I was not drinking every day,
you're getting ahead of yourself, sir. You're getting a little ahead of yourself. Age does not. Age does have an effect on tolerance.
I know. If anything, it would go down. Especially if you're taking long breaks, like 2 months where it's out of your system. Like it takes 28 days for
you're noticing like the fact that you can notice it of me is kind of like above level, you know. A person probably wouldn't even notice that.
I would say you're above average for somebody that hasn't drank for 2 months and just put down 6 beers. That's way above average. Just like if I was saying I hadn't drinking in say I hadn't drinking in 2 months, and I just told you I've been drinking 93 proof rum and mixed drinks for the last 5 hours, and I'm still able to have a coherent conversation. Would you believe me that these are strong mixed drinks, or would you say, oh, he's probably, not pouring them very strong, or he drinks on a regular basis where he's got a tolerance?
That's kind of my point. Yes. But again, like you're very smart dude.
But I think that's why it affects your hydration levels. But yeah, no, I wish everybody the best health and everything like that. And Jaywalks has actually talked to me about this, and like I'll take spurts where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stop drinking for 2-3 weeks at a time just to get healthy, and I'll double down on my creatine, and I'll get jacked for a little while, and do that on a regular basis every once in a while. But I mean, I can tell the difference. Like my face is filled out more. Usually, I can see my jawline more when I'm not drinking. Like everything, like the hydration level, you can totally tell when somebody's drinking on a regular basis or if they're not.
Well, yeah, and honestly, yeah, you probably won't see me for like another 2 or 3 months, but that's how it works. Yeah.
No, I get you. Like I said, this is my baseline. I just met you tonight. I wouldn't know what you look like outside of tonight because this is the first night I met you. I have no other, face to picture besides the one I'm seeing right now. I'm just saying,
No,
if you look back,
all good.
I got videos for the last 5 years. You can see the times where I was drinking heavy, where my face looked like a goddamn chipmunk, and I looked like shit. And then you can see ones where
all good. It was a lot of fun. No, it, like a lot of fun, like debating. So that all that shit doesn't matter either way. I was just saying. I was explaining myself personally.
Oh, I know. I was just asking you questions. I was just rambling with you. No judgment here. Like I said, I told you I drink a lot. I don't judge people for their activities. I'm sitting here drinking and doing dabs with you, sitting here smoking oil. So I'm not judging anybody else on their extracurriculars.
No, yeah, again, like just like to hang out. I would like to hear what it's like for like weed, like dabbing it, like yeah, I don't know, like just to like chill out, like dabbing or something. I don't know.
This is what I have. It's oil. It's THC basically concentrate. It's drawn from the flowers, and it's basically
So among your friends, were you like the hardcore like weed guy, or was like your other friends that were like the hardcore weed guys?
Most of my friends are all different levels into weed. Like I got friends that like to grow. I got friends that like to smoke oil. It just depends. They all have the different levels. Some people are more into flower. Some people are more into just having a good buzz. I know a lot of people that have disabilities where it helps them, where it's the only thing that kind of keeps them without having headaches in certain situations.
Okay.
And like that's one of the main reasons that we have it in my house so much is because of my significant other. Is she has a condition that I don't really talk about it that much, but it helps her for the most part. And like we could be I've been able to have it before it was legal in Illinois because of her condition. Okay. And her condition's on a small list that's probably available in most states for getting medical marijuana if we ever needed it. And I don't know. I've always been able to carry like 8 grams or something on me just because of
it's the normal level. Yeah.
My significant other's condition, and it just I don't know. It's just a different situation that I was always raised around. So my friend surrounding was probably different than in like a regular school one. Like when we were younger, yeah, I had plenty of friends that liked to smoke flower with me, but like oil wasn't really big when we were younger. It didn't really come as accessible until probably my mid-20s.
No.
But I gotta go take a bathroom real quick. Give me one moment.
Keep the stream going.
Yeah, Solo, get back on here. I haven't heard you in a while.
I'm right here, man. I've been listening, man.
All good. Well, Noelle.
I used to be hardcore into body sculpting and shit when I was younger, and fucking boxing and street fighting.
What about Noelle? Jeez. Hey, Noelle. Noelle. Yeah, so where are you from, Solo? Let's like a squash our beef, man. Like no beef. I don't have no beef with you, Solo. Where you from, man?
I'm from Houston, Texas. I have no beef with you either.
Hey, man. Yeah, I'm from Southern Cali.
Cool. Yeah, San Diego sounds interesting. I've never been to Southern. I've been in Northern Cali. I've never been to Southern Cali before.
Yeah, you know what? Like I'm from like the LA Valley area, you know, and you know it's hot as a motherfucker, you know. I just always hated that shit, you know. But 40 years growing up, like 41 years growing up in like LA, hot as a motherfucker. Like, you ever grow anywhere up where it's not hot? Jesus, man.
It gets hot as fucking. The humidity here gets hot as fuck. But actually, the past couple of years, it's been cooler than normal.
Oh, and where are you at?
Southeast Texas, Houston.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Southeast Texas area. I mean, north of Houston. A little bit now. I grew up in north of Houston, northern suburbs.
No, that's cool.
It's a little bit cooler up here, but yeah, the past couple of years, it's actually been cooler regionally.
Well, at the very least, like I went to Texas like in the January, and it's kind of cold. It was like colder than I've ever experienced. It's cold as a motherfucker. At the very least, like it can get cold in Texas, you know, like Southern Cali, it is never cold. It is hot as a motherfucker every fucking day of your life. But I just moved to like Oxnard, California, like near the beach. It's not cold. It's not, but yeah, Southern Cali is always hot, my friend. But yeah, I know how like Southern Texas can get hot and cold.
The humidity can fuck with people. That's what really gets people. But Southern Cali can be somewhat humid too, I think. But it's still a desert, like Slab City. You know where Slab City's at?
I grew up 41 years in the Valley of Southern Cali, 818 of Southern Cali. It is hot, and like 2 months it is less hot. So there's only two weather seasons in the valley. It's hot and a little less hot in the valley. So yeah, fuck Southern Cali. Anybody who's from the 818 or the 213 or the 310, fuck y'all. Los Angeles, San Diego, it's hot as a motherfucker, and never going back to that.
I went on a tour of the United States last year and spent some time in Cali for a little while. I went, where was I? I was around Mount Shasta for a little while, and then I went to my buddy's hometown, my co-host. I can't remember his name. I can't remember the name of the town, but I went to what's it called? The Gathering, when I was out in Cali. It's this big hippie festival where we all got naked in the woods and did drugs. And then what else did we do? We did a bunch of shit in Cali. I was in Cali for probably 2 weeks. After we went to Washington, we went to Oregon, we went to then when we left Cali, I think we went to the what's that big ass dam, the Hoover Dam, and and then we went to I went to Roswell, New Mexico, and then I went to what's it called? The Valley. I can't remember the fucking name.
818, the San Fernando Valley.
No,
that's where I'm from.
The national park, the Grand. Why can't I think of the fucking name right now? The Grand Canyon. I went to the Grand Canyon, and just went to a bunch of fucking places on a big trip around the U.S. I think we spent, 21 days traveling around the United States. It was pretty cool. Spent a couple days in Texas.
You go to Austin?
I didn't go to Austin. I went to, where was I at? It started with an M.
San Marcos?
No, not saying anything. Monticello or I don't know. I was in Texas, and then I went home, and then I went back to Texas because I had to go to Arizona. But yeah, I went through Texas twice in 2 weeks. But yeah, it was mostly northern Texas.
The hill country is really cool. That's got real cool shit. A lot of people don't realize how cool the hill country is. And then, the southeast Texas got all the forest and shit, and some hills too.
The Grand Canyon is probably the coolest thing to see on my whole trip. I got to see Mount Rushmore and shit like that. Like that was cool. But we went to every national park from Illinois to California. And then we on the northern side, and then we went on the southern side on the way back, and just cut across the country. But yeah, I don't know. The biggest thing I remember.
Do you want to grow or lose weight?
Yeah, Jaywax was talking about what's your actual goal for your body. He also helps people train.
I guess that makes sense. I've lost 10 pounds recently.
But are you trying to get big? He's asking if you're trying to get bigger or if you're trying to get cut.
Both. I guess lose weight. Yeah, I think I probably lose weight. Just under my fat, I can see my
The reason that I'm rephrasing that is because Jaywax is right. You either want to do one at a time, you either want to bulk up where you're getting bigger, and then you want to get cut after that. Because you want to that's a
good point.
Because you have to put on mass, and then you have to cut the weight afterwards, and that's where you get that shredded look. But you have to actually put on the muscle mass prior to that. Otherwise, you just look like a skinny guy with no muscle.
Yeah, exactly. In the last 4 weeks, I have worked out 7 days a week, and lost probably about 6 pounds. But woken up and done cardio for 30 minutes. I woke up and I've run 3 miles, and then I've done a bunch of push-ups and hitting the bag for 20 to 30 minutes. So yeah, for the last 4 weeks I've been doing a bunch of that. So yeah, I don't know. But I guess lose a lot of weight. I don't know.
I did one set of curls. Then for the first weights I lifted in. Well, I actually did some squats in the deltoid barbell presses.
Barbell presses, nice. Oh, Noelle.
Because I always tell people if if you're taking what's it called, like creatine, and you're not working out, you'll actually you can get like what's it called, chestioplasty or whatever, where you actually you're just adding water to your muscles. So if you're not working out the same muscles, then it's a mess. You
No,
actually
well,
just
dude,
gross impacts.
you know how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you up to, Noelle? You on any other streams anymore? Or are you just talking to us now?
Only that drunk guy, and he this, and then I left after that. He was
Let's see.
really drunk.
Let's.
He drunk 12 beers. Like that's
12 beers.
really.
She's talking about me.
That's granny
Yeah.
numbers.
Talking about this one YouTuber and
Hey, Noelle, Noelle, your microphone's messing up. You might have to reconnect. Just click the link and reconnect. I can't hear what you're saying.
Hear me now.
Hey.
It's a little bit better. Yeah, it's a little bit better.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's better.
It is
Something
better.
was going on. Yeah, it's better
It
now.
is
What was
better?
that?
Wait, it is. My
Yeah,
mic's
what'd you
trying.
do? Did you do something different?
Yes, I did.
It sounds much better.
Sounds much better.
Yeah.
I can't hear you guys.
Follow
You
me.
can hear me?
Yes. I think I lowered my
Follow.
mic. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Really clearly?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Should I leave and then pop back in?
If you want to, it sounds.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's awesome.
Yeah, no, I love Noelle. She's really
Great,
nice.
Great co-host, Jacob.
She's not really my co-host. Like I said, she's just a regular that comes on. She likes to hang out with everybody else, and she's just a nice gal. We let up whenever she wants to come up. She's good for breaking the tension with everybody. I think she actually sparks up some really good conversations every once in a while and gets us debating about interesting ideas.
Oh yes, my friend. Yes, I agree with that. Anything else? What was like the last like big fight you saw, Jacob?
What do you mean big fight?
Boxing, MMA.
Boxing or MMA? The last big fight that I liked. So I've seen a lot of big fights. I would say the last one that I was really intrigued by.
You know, it's crazy. I was watching. Go
ahead.
Right.
Scottie, now you're
Can you hear me now?
You're breaking up. Now I can't hear Scottie. Scottie, your connection just got a little goofy. You're gonna have to reconnect
too. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. But Scottie, your image just got blurry and you started glitching out.
Scottie. Is it my end?
No, you're sounding good. Scottie doesn't know that Noelle and me talk every Friday when I'm online.
Yes, we do. Talk on the Friday.
Noelle is Jacob's woman.
Friend. I mean, online.
Friend.
Okay, it's all good.
Friend. She's got a boyfriend, and I
Yes,
have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend too.
Really?
I have a girlfriend too.
Oh, that's cool.
Doesn't I can still love what I can still like what I'm looking at.
Scottie, you want to know my favorite line? You ready for it? You're gonna use it. You can be on a diet and still look at the menu.
All right.
So if you're dating somebody, you can still look at the menu. You could be on a diet and still look at the menu.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. That's the line you got to use. You can say you can still be looking or whatever.
I can be a little slick. Can be a little slicker about it. Come on, don't make me.
Oh, so
what is that in your background?
What happened?
Scottie, what is that in your background? You have 2 TVs.
Oh, that's on my computer. Oh yeah, yeah.
Why do you got so many monitors? What's your purpose?
I think again, we're all nerds or whatever. 2 computer monitors or whatever. But yeah, I could explain it.
Are they running on the same screen? Like, if you drag your mouse across, does it go from one screen to the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
That's what I was wondering. Okay. I was curious how you had it set up.
Yeah, go on.
No. That's what I was wondering. I used to.
I know.
I used to be a professional gamer, and when I used to play Counter-Strike 1.6, and I used to
no, me too. No, I was just playing that today, my friend. Okay, we don't have to get into that. We can get it. We're nerds. We're nerds. We can get into Counter-Strike all day. I'll play you today, dude. Oh, stop.
I haven't played because
that was my best game ever.
I have an addiction to that game.
We're going to the net cafes or whatever they're called to play Counter-Strike. Oh man, that was the best, man.
Oh yeah, that was my thing.
Me too.
I used to get paid $25 a game to play. Well, $25 a match because you'd have several matches inside of a game.
And at my, I always thought 3 with the SMG or something, very good on D Desert and all. Dude, we can talk about this all day, my friend Jacob. We can talk about D Desert and the SMG,
Scottie getting wild with the D Dust. I like it.
What is it?
D Dust. He's talking about D Dust, I think, not D Desert.
Is that a game? Is that a game?
So Counter-Strike was a game that was released a long time ago, basically on PC first. It was created by Valve, and they also run most of the Half-Life mods. So Half-Life was constructed the same way. There's a few other games that were constructed.
It's a long time ago. What is that game? It's not
like a long time ago. I would say mid 90s to
that's
early
a long
2000s.
time ago. I guess it is.
I mean,
pretty much.
We're all old enough. I feel like everybody on this panel is old enough to know what Half-Life
is it still around or no? Is that game still around?
Yeah, it's still around. Yeah, they have new versions of it now too. They have new versions of Counter-Strike. Can't remember what they have a Counter-Strike Go now, which is on cell phones, where you can play it now. Yeah, Counter-Strike Go.
Never heard of it. It's what is it? It's a shooting game.
It's like Cops and Robbers. It's Cops and Robbers, just like a modern version of it. You have terrorists and counter-terrorists, and basically their objective is,
or is it a hard game? Is it
on the teams? It depends on the teams you're playing. I was in Cal, so Cal stands for the Cyber Athletic League, and we would play other teams that were ranked the best in the state. My team was ranked in the top 10 in Illinois, and so we used to get paid to go around and play other teams. And that was back when there wasn't a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, so we would use Ventrilo and MIRC to communicate with our teammates. So we had a voice chat where we could communicate with our teammates when we died and
You
say,
talk
you know, if it was
as
okay.
Fortnite. Is it like a
It's
Fortnite,
like
but you talk to
it's a lot
people?
like it's a lot like
Oh,
Fortnite. Like Fortnite and Counter-Strike are very similar, but the only difference is in Counter-Strike, when you're in a competitive game, if you die, your screen goes black and you can't see what's going on with everybody else. In Fortnite, you can watch all of the other people. Afterwards, you have a dead cam where you can watch what's going on with other people and what they're doing, or you can watch your own teammates. In Counter-Strike, you couldn't do that. Your screen would just go black in competition, and basically when you were dead, you were dead. You couldn't talk to other people about it. And so if you were in these Ventrilo chats or MIRC, you could communicate to other people where, you know, the other enemy was and stuff like that.
and so what is the newest StreamYard thing? Is it like you can?
The StreamYard thing is what I got in the bottom right corner. It's the
Yes.
chat that we can pull up now.
And you can
StreamYard
see
has
it
had
better,
that feature
and
before.
everybody likes it.
Well, it's
No,
not
do you
that
have your own?
it's not that you can see it better. It's that you can just have it on the screen without having to highlight these things like over here.
Oh,
Like I can highlight any comments, but now
who
in the
is
bottom
this?
right
Who
corner,
is Jay? Who's Jay? Do I know him?
that's Jaywalks. He's a friend from the PWO. I don't know if you know
Okay.
the Pesci World Order. Do you know Sir
No.
Joseph
What
Pesci?
is that?
Sir Joseph Pesci is a friend of mine who is a YouTuber. I wonder if he's live right now still.
Is he live? Like,
If he's live right now, I'll take you over and we'll meet him.
You're
what is
beautiful, Noelle.
Oh, so thank you.
I am
tried.
taken, but
Me
still.
too. Me too. Still, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, jeez, you're so.
Is he still alive?
Take it
What's
easy,
his-
Caron. Take it easy. Oh no, Joseph Pesci. He only did 4 hours tonight. He's not live. He went off.
Can you put his link in the chat or in the back?
Yeah. I'll pull up his page and his link. Give me 1 second. But yeah, he's a friend of mine. If you tell him you're a friend of mine, then he'll be best friends with you. He likes anybody that comes over from my channel.
Very friendly, or is he has no? Is he? What does he do?
That's his. I just put his link in the chat. He. So the reason he goes by Sir Joseph Pesci is because he sounds just like Joe Pesci. If you ever hear him talk, he sounds like. Have you ever seen Home Alone?
Yes.
You know the short guy with the hat, the one of the two burglars. That's what he sounds like. He sounds just like that guy, Joseph Pesci. That's the actor's name. But yeah, he sounds just like Joseph.
In the back chat, please.
Yeah, I can put it in the back chat.
Yeah, and me, Scottie. I sound and look like a.
What?
You sound and look like what?
Oh, like I do, I guess. I don't know. Nothing to.
I don't know. You got a nice Joe Coy look to you. I like
Thank
it.
you. Oh, Joe. Racist. I look like I'm a Filipino guy. Yeah, racist. Thank you.
No, dude, you can't.
You're
Getting called Joe
Coy. I'm Joe Coy.
That's a compliment.
Oh, my mama was always like, "Oh, Joy." Yeah.
Joy Coy. Who's that? I don't know him.
He
was like a funny Filipino comedian guy.
Yeah.
And what is your channel called? Your channel.
My channel is called I Love Noelle.
Whoa.
Whoa. Jacob, that's too harsh.
You tell me. You tell me when the line is drawn.
Jacob, we are friends. Yes, we are.
No, I
now.
know.
Yes.
We've always been friends.
Yes.
When I was
Well,
gonna say,
we've
when
been
have we
friends.
not been friends? We've been good friends.
Wait, Jacob, we haven't been arguing. That's interesting. Wow, that's shocking.
When have we ever argued? When have I
I
ever argued with you?
Well, Noelle, you're from like East Europe.
No, I'm from America.
No, I'm from America, but
Ohio.
you're not. You sound like you're from
Ohio.
East Europe.
No.
Okay,
Where are you from?
America. You
He's
see
from
me?
Oakland. He's from
You see me?
Oakland.
You see me?
Jacob,
What?
he needs to be a comedian guy. I can see that in the
He needs to be
future.
a comedian.
Yeah, I can see that in the
Oh, a
future.
I
comedian.
see Scottie
Yes.
being a comedian.
Yes, that would be interesting.
She says you got jokes.
Like America's Got Talent. Have you ever watched that show before, Jacob?
Yes.
I have.
Me too.
I actually watched it from the Caribbean. I actually watched it from Trinidad. I actually watch it from a different country. So yeah, I actually watched the show.
And then I really like Canada's Got Talent.
You see me? I like your glasses.
Thank you. Jacob, I think he's creeping on me. I need to turn off my camera.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I would say you respect whatever boundaries you need to.
Oh, okay. She turned it off.
I was actually thinking about connecting with Ariel, my Boston fellow. What are you up to, Solo?
I think
I saw you on mute for a
you're
second.
you're better at accepting Scottie's advances than Noelle. I noticed that.
I'm not into him. He never accepted that.
I
thought that was going well. I thought that well, hey, I don't know, man. I thought that the last thing was going a little good.
Yeah. Oh, she's cute, man. She's a gorgeous young lady. I agree.
Yeah, and I'm already taken two, but I thought it was still going good.
I mean,
yeah, it was going.
compliments and over flattery draw a close line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about
Okay.
the interpretation. Open to interpretation.
All right, man. Yeah, Solo's all good too. He knows what's up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all know what's up. We're all men.
Solo's a pro. He might come off like he's an amateur, but Solo's a pro.
Dude, what the fuck, dude? Y'all are the amateurs. I'm the fucking ascended master, dude. I'm the fucking
Solo.
We all on the same page. Hey,
Solo.
You all got my respect.
Sometimes you come out trying to do jokes, and I can tell the difference. I know when you're joking and when you're being serious, but sometimes you're just trying to be funny and get clips, and I know you are. It's okay.
I mean, pretty much like 100%. Pretty much 100% of the time I come on here is when I'm fucking drinking. I don't know if I ever been on here sober. I think maybe like one time I came on here sober.
No, I know. Most of the time you guys talk to me, I'm not sober. That's why I was trying to tell Noelle earlier.
And that's why I said like I would never be on here sober too. Yeah, we never do it sober.
Jacob, are you drunk or are you?
I don't know. What do you think?
Who's Noelle?
No, I'm not.
Am I acting drunk?
No. But why
I
is
don't
he
think
saying he likes my glasses? That's offends me. Sorry.
that he likes your glasses. That was just a compliment. I don't think that was
Oh, I
aggressive.
don't. He
What
likes me or
what if he would have
something.
said?
Oh
he
yeah,
liked
no.
you?
Even if he said he likes you, that's still just a compliment. He was saying
Well, did you like
he's with
Scottie,
somebody-
Noelle?
He should be a chameleon. Yes, he should be a chameleon.
'cause he's got
Did you
your-
like Scottie?
Can you stop? Please.
Okay. Respect my woman. Yeah. Respect.
What are you watching over there back there, buddy? Streety? What do you got going on? Ooh, that looks aggressive. Look at you, buddy. You expect me to let you on with that?
Well, just chilling out. Noelle, what's going on? You chilling out?
Streety is a different level of skinhead that I haven't seen before.
No, I just don't want to talk to you anymore. You offend me. Can you please stop?
No, what's going on, Noelle?
Noelle, I was talking about somebody in the background. Somebody in the background by the name of Streety is
Streety? Who's
Oh,
Streety?
hey, Noelle. Hey, Noelle.
Who's Streety? Who's Streety? Jacob?
I don't know. She's just playing videos in the background. I can't really figure
I like
him
your
out.
glasses, Noelle.
He's got a really weird grin.
Can you